along those lines, you like to go ahead and get a trial date.
I think that's probably the best idea.
I think that makes some sense. Again, if we were going to know in 2 or 3 months, I would think a trial date sometime around the middle of next year, maybe.
That would be fine. I've looked at my trials, and November, January, February, March, and then I actually have another murder trial in Logan County, April 3rd. But if we're looking at June or July, or whatever it is you consider to be the middle of the year, I think that would be fine.
That would be...
May or June would probably be.
Okay.
I would prefer at least June if we could.
Mr. Bryant?
Yes, Judge. Yeah, Ms. Rourke and I have a civil case to try in McCracken Circuit for 2 weeks in May. We have a case in U.S. District Court in Knoxville, Tennessee, a train derailment. We have 7,000 clients in the class in June, and so we really have a difficult time trying to...
Those dates are not good for you.
No, sir, they're sure not.
And then the other issue I wanted to bring up as Your Honor,
Sure.
Back in, gosh, I don't even know, March of 2013, we filed a Bruton motion, which, as the case stands today, that would still be an issue that we would
We need to
ask the
address
court
that,
to
certainly
consider.
pre-trial, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sounds like we're going to have plenty of time to do that, because we're not going to get a trial date real soon. So, but let's talk about a trial date, and then we can work back, and we can address when would be the most appropriate time to consider the Bruton
Yes, sir.
motion. All right, so May and June are out.
Yes, Your Honor.
And we do not typically bring a jury in July, so that moves us on to August. Let me ask if you all have any idea, or if anybody has any idea what you expect the duration of the trial to be.
Well, we think you're probably going to have to give us separate trials, Your Honor, and if you do, we're guessing you'd figure this guy would have to go to trial first, and we think his trial would take probably 2 weeks or more, 2.5 weeks.
Would you want to try in April?
Not really, no, because I've got deposition schedule and that train derailment. I mean, I really covered up. We were in Knoxville, Tennessee all last week, and we've got other things scheduled, so no, I really don't.
All right, what about early August?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Pryor?
I'm good with,
And-
I'm not sure when the jury is coming in.
Jury would probably come in on the 7th.
Okay.
So we would look at, and once we impanel a jury, we'll go until we're done, obviously, but we would look at the weeks of the 7th and the 14th.
We're going to have to plead guilty.
I think that's, yeah, plan to, but just in case.
Yeah. Emily just reminded, we have a trial in McCracken Circuit beginning on August the 7th, and I said, we're going to have to get him to plead guilty. So,
We have already discussed
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
prosecutor him
yeah.
pleading guilty, but
Okay.
We think that's going to happen. The judge has to allow us to do it at this point.
All right. Well, I'm sure either Judge Kaltenbach or Judge Clymer will do that for you, so. All right, why don't we go ahead then, with regard to Mr. Long, and schedule his trial to begin on August the 7th. And that will be the day of the orientation of a new jury. We will schedule the beginning of the trial. Let's just go ahead and schedule it for 9 o'clock. The jury will come in for orientation at 8:30. You're certainly welcome to sit on orientation if you'd like to do that.
Would it not make sense to go ahead and schedule both of them that day? Because I know that we would most likely have to elect one of them, or if we were going to try one, of course, we couldn't use the other one's statement against them, or try them together. There are many possibilities to be explored, I think, between now and then. I just think unless Mr. Maddox is willing to schedule Ms. Goslyn prior to that, then I think we would like to schedule them both that date.
Well, let me ask you about that, because Mr. Maddox seemed to indicate that he might be available prior to that. Do you have an interest in trying Ms. Goslyn prior to trying Mr. Long?
Not a whole lot prior to that. When are we talking? Like I said,
I thought you were available in June.
May, June.
I could be in June, yeah. Well, I'd prefer not May. I mean,
Yeah.
I anticipate being a tad drained after the murder trial that I've got at the beginning of April.
Yeah.
But if we're talking June, then I'm not adverse to that. When are we thinking?
I'm talking June.
Okay.
Ms. Pryor,
That'd be fun.
do you also anticipate that it would be a 2-week trial?
Well, I think we should think that way. yes.
Okay,
I mean,
well, how about if we started on June the 5th? All All right, so we're going to set Ms. Goslyn's trial to begin on June the 5th. That also would be the first day of the new jury term. So we'll set that also at 9 o'clock. Before we come back to Mr. Long, let's set a pretrial in Ms. Goslyn's case also. If we set that a month out, Mr. Maddox, is that sufficient time?
Yes.
All right, if we set it on May the 3rd, does that work okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So in Ms. Goslyn's case, we're going to set the pretrial on May the 3rd, and we're going to set the trial to begin on June the 5th. For both trials, there is a possibility that we would not be in session on Wednesday afternoons, because I might have the criminal rule, but certainly as we get closer to that time, we can discuss that, and we may at least be able to make some allowances for that. All right, so Ms. Goslyn is set. Mr. Long then, are we okay to set Mr. Long's trial to begin on August the 7th?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.